ain't much to say. All I tell you is this, we talked about it enough. You know where I stand. I know where you stand today. Start fast, finish strong, and leave no doubt. Play one play at a time. Play together. Let's get this done. Everybody got it?
Catamount's have a chance to return from the 8-yard line, out to the 15, popping it out to the 20, out to the 25, out to the 30, 35, 40, down the sideline. It's going to be a foot race, but finally we're still on our feet. What a return by Dominic Dutton as Malik Knight moves inside, and he fakes the handoff. Throwing is going to be wide open, touchdown. Catamount's in the end zone. James Tyre, and that's a catch on the board.
That's against the #1 red zone defense in the Southern Conference.
Orth feels the pressure, in trouble, and for the second time this drive, he'll be sacked again. It's Ryan McInnes.
Two big defensive plays by McInnes on this drive. To the bottom of your screen, here's Orth. Back to throw. Tipped, intercepted, picked off Ken Moore Jr. And Moore finds some return room to the outside and out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Dickens back to throw, has time, plenty of time. Now fires in the end zone, wide open.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, just standing there looking for the football, and Tiger found it for an easy touchdown.
How about James Tyre's second receiving score of the day? And Tyre was standing there like, hey guys, somebody want to guard me?
Yeah.
Somebody want to cover me?
Dickens throws, this time Adams out of the backfield, a first down. Catamount's down inside the 25-yard line. Third down, got a man in motion left side. Here comes Tiger rolling that way, looking in the end zone, and it's a Catamount touchdown. And what do you know? It's another big day for James Tyre.
James, where did you come from, Tyre? Give him now 10 touchdown catches on the year.
Catamount defensive front is again in there, along with Bo Simpson-Neely.
You got to also mention big number 8, Jaleel Anderson.
Orth again on the option. Here's the pitch out. Ingram, and Ingram sniper down. Nice job in the open field. Bo Simpson-Neely steps up and makes the stop.
Better hurry, better hurry. Just got the snap away. Now he fires down the left side. Got a man wide open, and it's going to be caught down there. What a catch down there.
Jalen Terzado.
Dickens looks that way. Now he steps up. Now he throws the other way. Got a man. There's a big catch down by Malik Knight. And he's running down inside the 10, all the way to the 6-yard line. First
what a
and
play.
goal. And we go right
straight ahead.
And touchdown. Markell gets in 2 yards out, and the Catamounts regain the lead at 27-21.
That was just straight up bully ball.
Gotta go a little bit hard, a little bit more on the edges. Get level, low, pad level.
Orth back to throw. Here comes pressure. Steps up. He's in trouble, and we knock him down. Here comes Patrick Boyd, right side. He's got a
running big time.
Inside. Boyd cutting it back inside all the way down to the Chattanooga 38-yard line. Stanberry Insurance first down. Empty backfield. Plenty of time. Now the pocket starts to collapse. Dickens rolls. End zone. Caught. Touchdown.
One-handed grab. How about Michael Rosson? And then how about Dickens extending a play, allowing his receivers to get separation. Clock running. They're going to make this. This is it. This is the ball game. There's going to be no time left.
Orth moving. Orth reverses field. Orth in trouble. Throws. Picked off. Intercepted. Western Carolina on the far sideline. Cameron Dabney made the pick, and for the second year in a row, Chattanooga with the interception in the red zone. And Western Carolina can seal it with 18 seconds left.
And live tonight from Catamount Jaxe, just across from the Western Carolina campus, it's Catamount Football Weekly presented by Stanberry Insurance. Glad to have you tuned in from the Catamount Sports Network. I'm Daniel Hooker, joined by Western Carolina head coach Kerwin Bell. And coach, we talk about it, a great win for the Catamounts as we talk about Catamount Football Weekly. Stanberry Insurance presenting once again here this evening. 4 locations across Western North Carolina. Silva, Waynesville Highlands, and of course Clyde, North Carolina. And our good friends here at Catamount Jaxe, they got the social house in the front, they got axe throwing in the back. Make sure you come to visit them as part of your homecoming weekend as we get ready for the Mercer Bears coming into town this weekend for homecoming. And coach, first and foremost, you got to look back and talk about a big road win for the Catamounts. A big game that you circled on the calendar. You said coming off the bye week, you wanted to come out and play well. You wanted to take what you had built on, and you told the guys, we're here because you put yourself in this situation. By winning 5 in a row going into that ball game, how did you think the guys prepared? How do you think the guys came out in that game?
Well, the off week was really big for us. We got rejuvenated, got a lot of energy, positive energy last week. Giving those guys 3-4 days off there was big for us. Got some guys back. But just a new energy level, concentration, focus throughout the whole week. Great week of preparation, and that showed up in the game. You know, I thought played a pretty complete football game, and all 3 of our phases helped us win that game.
Well, you talk about it, Western Carolina able to get the win 35-28 over Chattanooga, a team that has been really tough over the last couple of years, and really tough for us to find ways to get wins over because of just how good they are. You knew going in it was going to be a challenge. They had been playing extremely well. They came with a winning streak. I think the last 4 opponents now, including this weekend's opponent, have all come in riding winning streaks. And looking at it, you knew you had to play well in all facets of the game. I really thought that we did a good job. You said you wanted to try to make them one-dimensional. I thought we were able to slow down that running game against the running back, a transfer from Wofford who had 159 yards against us the year before. But either way you look at it, you got to think defensively really stepped up. Offense won you the game, but then at the very end of the game, it was the defense that stepped up and made the final play. Yeah,
that was good to see. Really good confidence builder for those guys because they did what we wanted them to do. We were really good against the run, which was very important in this game to be really stout against the run. We've been doing that, too. We've been trending in that area. The run defense has been really good, I think, as we've continued through the season. So that was good. That's going to be big for us this week. But, they hit some passes on us and highly contested. Hook, we were right there, one step away. Yep. We hit their quarterback, I think, 30-something times, one of my coaches said. But just, right after he let go of the ball, we'd get a hit on him. But so we're just a little bit away from it, but what we did, we made it hard. We made it hard on their offense. And nowadays in college football, you don't give up some plays here or there. You just don't want to give up the easy ones. I thought we gave up a couple, passes down, but we tackled them, had a chance to make another play and snap the ball again. So when our defense plays like that, it gives us a chance to really be a dominant football team. And then, it's really big for them. The team's driving against us, and Dabney comes up with a big play, interception that wins the game for us. So that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a great effort by our defense. Our offense has got to be a little bit more consistent. I was sort of not pleased with them. We could be a lot better. We stopped ourselves 2 or 3 times. We should have had 50 points in that game, and we settled for 35. But a lot of that was our undoing. So we got to make sure we're better on offense, more efficient. Because that's going to take that in these next few games.
Kind of a weird feel to the ball game as well, and I think it was short fields. You really look at our first 3 possessions, only a handful of possessions in the first half at all that you're able to come away with points on, but long kickoff return set you up with a short field, a turnover set you up in a short field, a turnover and a penalty that compounded that, and then an onside kick that I'm not sure was meant to be an onside kick, but ended up being heads-up play by Julian Quintero to make sure we get his name out there. Short fields, and it's kind of like, again, their offense decided to play almost the same type of mentality as Citadel and offense controlling momentum by them holding on to the football.
Yeah, we knew going in they were going to really try to be a ball control football team. They get in the huddle, they take their time, they try to win time of possession and keep our offense off the field. They did a good job of that in some parts of the game, but I thought defensively we really played well. Didn't give them anything cheap. They earned everything they got. And then when we got a chance on offense, again, there was about 2 or 3 series for sure that we stopped ourselves. We did the wrong thing. So we got to correct those things and make sure that we're a lot sharper on offense because, again, we should have scored, high 40s, 50s in that game. And no one stopped us but ourselves. So we got to go back. This week's got to be a big week. We got to have everybody in tune, everybody ready to go play their very, very best. It's going to take that against the Mercer.
And when you're saying everybody, you're not just talking about the 110 guys in that locker room and the coaches in the coach's office. We're talking about the 15, 16,000 Catamount fans that we need here this weekend to be at their best and to be on their game coming in. Homecoming weekend, big matchup against the Mercer Bears. Bigger game, one of the biggest games that I can remember, but it's the biggest game for us because it is the next one on the schedule. Regardless, you know what I mean? It's go 1-0 each week. And forget all the implications around it. if you want to be the best, you got to knock somebody off top of the mountain. And right now, Mercer's that team that's been top of the mountain. We'll talk more about the Bears going forward. But, and again, we could talk about it the same way with this week's game that we did last week. You can't let this game get bigger than it is. It's 4 quarters of football, a lot of implications riding on it. But, again, in between the white lines, it all plays out the same.
Well, you know, I told our team, man, this is what you get excited about. You don't think about pressure and all that. You put yourself in this position to go play, man. Opportunity. Hook. How many times people, you know, you play this game, some guys play this when they're 5 years old, 6 years old, their parents sacrifice. They sacrifice their whole life growing up and trying to get bigger, get in the weight room, eat properly. And all of a sudden, this is your opportunity now. This is our opportunity. Our players have put us in this position. It's our opportunity to go have the best week we can have this week and get ourselves ready to go enjoy this opportunity. And go enjoy it, man. Go be so in tune to everything you got to do to play at your highest level that you enjoy this game. And go have some fun and let's go win this thing and win a championship. And so that's the way we're looking at it. This game is just the next one. It's right. The next one. We got to go 1-0 this week. It's at home. Man, my student body better come out. I need all of them. That's to help us win this game. They will make a difference. Our student body, our band, our alumni. We need everybody to this is our one chance, man, to have it here at home. They are a really good football team. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but, man, they are a good football team. And it's going to take our everything we got here at home field to come out of here with a win.
Well, for sure. We talk about John Stark down in Kings Mountain. Want to see who's the bigger offensive line family, who the bigger fans are, or is it the Hambys or is it the Sanezes? That's what I want to find out. William Hamby dropping us a note. I know Aaron's back here just shaking his head. We talk about Gus. Constant Magruder saying hello. We say hello to Anthony Swearingen. Jerry Love tuning in tonight. Fast Eddie dropping us a note also. Ryan Hardy said he's going to be there ready to go. Jim Riley says double down on that defense. We're going to triple down on that defense. We're going to put them up against it, and I think they played a lot better, as we know. A couple of busts here and there, but I think for the most part, good teams are going to find ways to make plays. We'll see some of those coming up. Good teams find ways to make plays, and Chattanooga is a good football team. What do you say we go and roll that, Coach? And we'll start right off the top talking about making plays right off the opening kickoff. And how about this? Before they can even get the keys to the game off the scoreboard, off the screen, Dominique Dutton nearly put 6 on it as he comes up the sideline and, again, gets down there and was later pushed out of bounds. But, again, a good return by Dom. I said, I told Curry Webb, I said, well, you guys keep getting them short fields. It doesn't give us much opportunity to get a lot of yards. But we'll take it, right? Yeah, man. Coach Webb's doing a great job. Our special teams is getting better and better every week. This is the week they got to make a big difference for us. And I know they will. But, yeah, anytime you can get short field for our offense, we're going to score a lot of points. We took a shot early, but then come back to the ground game. Pat, I thought, ran the ball extremely hard and was I think he had almost 80 or 90 yards, didn't he? He was pretty close. Right there, Tiger's just a little bit off, man. That's usually a touchdown. He missed him. But come back, and we get the first down here. Yeah, on a 4th down play. Yeah, on a 4th down, we went for it, got the first down. Then we come right back to Pat, and he's really running hard up inside. Yeah, Pat had a really good start and a really good finish in the time that he was out there in that running back by committee, and he's coming close to slipping through there to finding a way to get into the end zone. But here you go, 3rd and 1 again. You're going to try to push it down, and you're able to move the chains and get that 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line here, trying to punch it in early on. And, well, they call it from the 4. And how about James Tyre continuing to do what James Tyre does? Just great design by Rylan, our offense coordinator, moving people around, shifting, showing motion. And all of a sudden, coming out of the back end, they don't pick him up, and just an easy touchdown for Tiger. Well, so many times you see the running back is the one that slips out that way in a wheel route, or a running back slips out into the flat. You don't really see a lot of times that slot receiver coming back across your formation. But up 7-0, and, again, I thought Brantley does an outstanding job. They might as well have just gone and put the ball at the 25-yard line every time, because he was punching it through the end zone each and every time. And, again, they tried a little option principles here. Did you expect some of that? Again, is that pulling a page out of the Citadel playbook there? Well, Citadel, Elon, right? Elon had some success with that too. So we always go over the option and make sure they understand it. They just got on the edge, really held our guy, we think, which we don't get no calls on holding. But, was, again, tackle the man, line up and play another down. That's what we did so good the other day. Yeah, 3rd down and 3. They're going to keep the drive going. Again, offensive teams that are good are going to make plays. And you can make everything right on defense, but they just make one play better. But then you turn it over to Ryan McInnes, and how about the job that he does, able to get a couple of sacks here on this drive. Well, if you make them play another down, now we as athletes on our defense can find a way to make some big plays. And here's one of them. Now you get them behind the sticks
right? Now you got a chance to stop him, make him punt, and that's what we did.
And Jalil Anderson coming back on the play, and then you go with your Jumanji, everybody standing up defense, and they throw it ball downfield. And, again, making
one
plays.
step, just one step, we're away. I thought that happened about 5 or 6 times, and we're getting close, man, with our DBs to picking those balls off.
And so, again, just physical play up front. They're wanting to run the football. We knew that. Then the quarterback's going to run. And how about McKinnis again?
Yeah.
The outside guys did a great job of holding contain and allowing the guy up the middle to get there.
Yeah, we've been working on this just caging. We call it keep him in the cage. And we knew he would be dangerous if he gets out. He's a good running quarterback. So I thought we did a really good job. He might have had 2 runs that hurt us, but did a really good job of keeping him in the cage.
And a 47-yard field goal attempt. Went with a different kicker. They have 2 kickers, the 2 Kellys, and that one well short and probably a little wide as well. But, again, counts as a stop, and now you get the ball back and an opportunity to go back to work. And
here's where we weren't quite as sharp.
Yeah.
Hook, if you notice, there's plays like this the whole game where, man, we usually hit that 100 out of 100 times, you know. So we got to make sure we're sharper this week. But I was disappointed. There's probably 8 or 10 plays where they didn't do anything. We just didn't execute. We can't have that.
It makes you appreciate 46 to 46 a little bit more when you see things like that coming up. And, again, they were dead set to stop the run. They wanted to make us one-dimensional. But, again, we use, in my opinion, the short passing game so effectively that it just complements that running attack.
Yeah, we really do, and this was a good RPO. You know, I'd let Tiger know that it was 3rd and 1, so just go ahead and hand it off. Let's get the first down unless you're wide open. But I can understand the safety field, and he felt like he can make the throw. And
I think he wanted to go there, too.
He did. We were going to go, and then we decided, you know, it wasn't the best look. And our defense is playing good football. Let's make sure we get it down the field. This can't happen. We work on this every week. We got to be able to get that ball, inside the 10-yard line.
Nas almost got it, and then almost tackled for loss, and then almost brought down there.
Yeah, again, Justin missed that. Justin Wallace. He's playing well, and had him for a loss and just let him get away.
And, of course, now Camden North, we knew the quarterback was going to run the football some. Weren't sure that he's the most mobile quarterback we faced, and we faced some good ones this year, but knew that he was going to keep the ball at times.
Yeah, I think he's got 600-700 yards. Don't he have a lot of yards rushing, 400 maybe? He's one of their leading rushers. So
second or third
he's not fast, but he's a big kid, man. He's a big built kid, and he made some really good throws. I thought, like I said, there was 8 or 10 times we were right here, one step away. And
that one looked like it might have scooted out the bottom on that reverse, but they didn't look at it. And then here, that play right there really worried me for his health because he got upended big time by Ken Moore, and he tried to go hurdle. And sometimes track and field, when you're that size, doesn't work too well. But you got a 7-0 lead after the first quarter, and Chattanooga's got the ball. Again, they have eaten up a lot of this clock between their first 2 drives. We've only had the ball one time in the game so far.
Yeah, and here we are one step away again. But they kept converting on 3rd down. They were good on 3rd down. Quarterback made some really tough throws. And he ran. Here's the one that hurt us a little bit. Our backside end didn't read it. We didn't take care of the quarterback on that. But, again, we lined up and made them play another down, right? Just don't give them up the easy touchdown. Just keep making them make plays. And I think here what we did, then we come back and we
deflection
and get an interception. Yeah, so just keep playing hard and good things will happen.
You got to love that Ken Moore gets the credit for the interception, but it was probably made by the guy in front of that because Ken comes up with the pick, but it was all made because of the deflection on the ball right here at the point of attack and a good defensive play made by Cameron Dabney, who, ironically enough, told you, Coach, he had a dream he was going to get 2 interceptions, and he almost had the first one right there.
Yeah, I know. He would have had 2 if he'd have caught that one.
So then the Catamounts go back to it. And then you change paces. You started with Pat Boyd. Now you're back out there, and you're going to go with a little bit different look of a back and Markel Townsend. And, man, does he run hard.
Yeah, he's one of those kids, man, that is not a big, powerful kid, really. He's got big lower legs, big legs. But he just knows how to set up blocks. He knows how to run in traffic, and he gives us something different that we don't have.
So a penalty here is going to bring back another good play on illegal formation.
There's another bad play by us. That's just us lining up. We didn't line up on the line of scrimmage, one of our receivers, and that's a big play we had to come back. But I tell you what, that's how good our offense is. They back us up with penalties. They back us up with things like that. Here's another miscommunication with the quarterback and receiver. Those things irritated me the other day. We were just not as sharp as we've been in the past.
And Townsend very patient on that last run. Looked like he could have hit the hole fast and then gone. But then how about this? How do you beat when they run quarters? How do they beat when they run 2 and 3 deep? you throw it underneath out of the backfield.
That's
nice
what
job.
Tiger, we got to get him, man. This week we don't get him in to just find that open receiver like he was when he was 46 out of 46, and that's a prime example. If they want to take away the deep throw, we'll take these underneath throws all day and score touchdowns.
How about that? Painter Richards-Baker is double covered, and James Tyre, who leads our team in touchdowns, is literally standing still in the end zone. Let's look at it one more time from the reverse angle. Tiger looks that way, looks left. Running back, the linebacker there spotting, and then nobody within 15 yards. You say one more look at it here. This was such a thing of beauty that he gets to a spot and just sat down. Talk about getting to a spot and finding the spot in the zone and sitting down. I think he did just that right there. And, yeah, blow the kisses, James Tyre. That was a nice play.
Well, man, him and Tiger have just a great relationship as far as knowing where each other is going to be and how to react to certain situations. When Tiger gets on the move, he really looks for 16.
They might as well. If you don't have 0, 16 is kind of a good substitute now. They're going to look deep here, and almost another pick there is almost overthrown. And, if Ken was a little bit taller, you would have had that, but almost got it. But they're taking shots here, and I talked to some folks here, and of course this one was a bust play that they ended up getting downfield. I asked them, and they said, look, man, we're throwing the ball downfield. They must have thought or seen something. They threw the ball deeper than they had most all year.
Yeah, that's just one of our corners come off on the wrong receiver, and leaves the guy wide open. That's one, but we tackled him, and we made him come down here and, still line up for another play, and that was good to see our defense do that.
And that one was well out of bounds, asking for the review or asking for the touchdown, but he was about a foot and a half with his first foot closer to the field out of bounds. So, again, defense making plays, making stops, and then the quarterback run, going to try to cut it back, and, again, make him snap it one more time.
Yep.
So you get a 2nd down and 1. And how about this play off the edge and blowing up the running back to make the quarterback keep it was a nice job.
Yeah, great job, man. We just made them earn it here. And, they I think they score here, don't they?
Yeah, they get, I think, Ingram on this play
but
right
look,
here.
It takes 4 times. And that's all you can ask, man. We play. That's good, hard defense. That's playing physical. That's playing one play at a time. And they on scholarship, too, over there. So they're going to score some, but – we got to make it tough. That's why it's going to be very important this week that we do.
And so, again, here's that onside kick. And how about the heads-up play by Quintero? So many times those guys turn their head back and they're looking for a spot to get back to. And that one off of his lower leg, but able to come up with it in a heads-up play, able to give us, again, another short field. This is why this game felt so weird. This is just our 3rd offensive possession in the game. And, again, it's coming up near midfield.
Yeah, again, I thought we responded well there offensively. One thing we did do, once they – came within a touchdown or he tied it up late in the second half, we responded as an offense. That's good to see.
So, again, trying to work it downfield and get Malik.
Come on, Malik.
Yeah, again, he could have had another one right there. That one almost right off the fingertips. And, again, just an inch or two here or there. But Branson Adams, good to see 2 in white back in the backfield and coming out of there and, was able to get back in the lineup and make some plays for you.
Yeah, here's another throwaway there, miscommunication. We cannot have that. It hadn't happened all year. We got to get back to being the efficient offense that we pride ourselves on. We pride ourselves on being a very efficient offense.
Another James
But
Tyre
then
catch.
Tiger just makes a play, man. What a throw. Great touch. Don't try to overthrow it. Just nice, easy throw. And James has just been awesome all year.
Well, so many times you want to roll right-handed quarterbacks to the right.
Yeah. That's a tough throw going to your left.
When you're able to roll your quarterback to either side and he makes the accurate throw either way, that's just a luxury to be able to have.
Yeah, he can make all the throws from any position. That's what makes him so special.
And here's the key now. Remember, Chattanooga gets the ball to start the second half after winning the coin toss, so you don't want to get them the 2-for-1. You're trying to get the stop. They're going to be conservative on the first couple of plays before trying to look downfield, but you don't want to give up any points here to keep this lead. And there could have been another interception. I'm not sure if Dabney knocked it away from Dukes or if Dukes knocked it away from Dabney. And a good job here by Micah Nelson, able to hold space, not giving up anything, kind of almost like a shadow or a spy on the quarterback that time.
Yeah, I thought this was an opportunity here we missed, man. We had a chance right here, to go down and get some points before halftime and really separate ourselves. Run the first play, and we didn't even block hardly. I mean, that was disappointing. Our guys not blocking the right guys. Come back here, and Tiger gets, a little bit of pressure, can't get the ball. So now we're 3rd and long here. And I'm trying to throw a little screen, and we're blocking for everybody. We don't block very good. So had to give the ball back to them with a minute to go. And you don't want this to happen. You wanted to keep the clock and make sure you went down and scored and make sure they didn't get the ball back. But again, our defense come out and played championship defense. They held them here, and we go in the locker room 21-7.
Yeah, how many times do you get 2 chances inside of 2 minutes to get the football, or inside of the last 3 minutes, and they're able to move here, and defense trying to come up with stops, again, keeping them down, get them down. Let's get to the locker room here. And, again, at this point, I think they finally said, let's just run it out, and we're able to get them to the ground. And that'll take us in towards halftime. And 21-7, you had to feel pretty good, knowing Chattanooga gets the ball to start the second half. But what was the message when you walked in the locker room? You've played well enough to have a 2-score lead, but you understood that could have been 28, 29, 30, could have been a lot more.
Yeah, a few adjustments by our coaches, but everything was there. I mean, even offensively, we were so inconsistent. There's 3 or 4 series there. And we told them, man, the second half is it might be like the first where we don't get many possessions. We got to make sure we're efficient and make the most of those possessions. And don't just give away possessions because we don't execute. And so that was the message to our offense. Defense, just keep playing. Keep playing. You're playing extremely well. You're making it hard on them. Make sure we don't give up anything easy, and just keep making plays. I told them, remind them as we left the locker room, this is a 60-minute game. It's always been that way every time we've played, Chat. Since I've been here, it's been a 60-minute game, and we got to make sure we go back out there and play another solid second half of football.
Well, you say that. I even mentioned on the radio with the Catamount Sports Network when people started leaving after we went up 35-21. I'm like, where are you going? You guys must not have seen the last 4 years with these guys. That's all coming down to the last possession, obviously coming down into that fourth quarter. So right now, Western Carolina is in the locker room at halftime, leading 21-7. We'll look at our second half, and still ahead, we'll talk about the Mercer Bears. The challenge coming up this weekend, it's number 12, number 10 in one poll, 12 in another, against number 24, Western Carolina. It's a Southern Conference showdown in Catamount Country. Get your tickets online now. Do it, don't wait. Again, parking, tickets, all that stuff. Seats are going fast for Western Carolina and Mercer. It's homecoming weekend. It's purple out. We need you to get here as Western Carolina welcomes in the Mercer Bears for a 2:30 kickoff, 1:30 airtime on the Catamount Sports Network. We'll continue with more on the other side of this quick timeout. We'll look at the second half and get you ready for Saturday in the Southern Conference in Catamount Country. That as we continue with more live on location from Catamount Jaxe, presented by Stanberry Insurance. You're watching Catamount Football Weekly.
So, you gonna play this week?
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 You gonna play this
You
week?
gonna play this week? You gonna play this week?
You gonna play this week?
You gonna play this week?
And welcome to the Ingalls Game of the Week as the War Horses square off against the rival.
He's going in.
He's going in. Go, baby!
Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
Welcome back in. Catamount Football Weekly here live on location at Catamount Jaxe, presented by Stanberry Insurance. And online at stanberry-ins.com. 4 locations across western North Carolina, serving the Southeast, backing the Catamounts for over 35 years. Again, Western Carolina, or 40 years, whatever it is for Stanberry Insurance. It's been a long time that they've been supporting the Catamounts here. And, of course, visit them online, stanberry-ins.com. Let them give you a quote. Give them an opportunity to give you a quote on anything you want insured: house, auto, home, life, your pet insurance. Don't tell Kerwin. The pet insurance. You can get that, right? Get those things insured, but let them give an opportunity. And don't forget to stop by here at Catamount Jaxe next time you come to Cullowhee to watch the Catamounts play, which will be this weekend when Western Carolina takes on the Mercer Bears. All right, Coach, you're coming out second half of the ball game here. We're looking back at the Chattanooga win that gave us our 6th win in a row that moves us into the national rankings. What was the message as you walked out of the locker room? Did you play music again when you walked out? Is that kind of the thing now?
Well, again, I don't think I get them going. So, but the one thing, just mentioned, hey, again, like I said earlier, it's a 60-minute game. We're up 2 touchdowns. But listen, this thing starts like 0-0. We played a great first half, but we got to match that here in the second half with our intensity and the way we played the game. We got to continue to do that. Offensively, we really got on those guys about let's just get our head up and make sure that we continue to play at a higher level than what we did in the first half and be more efficient. But after that, I said, let's play that music. And they love to get going, gets them all fired up in the locker room. I think that gets them fired up a lot more than me speaking. So I just let the music take over, and then we head out to the field.
Well, I'll have to ask you if you knew what was on the playlist.
I don't even know what song.
We won't ask you that.
Like I said, Deion is the cool dude, right? Deion Sanders, which I played against. He was at Florida State. I was at Florida. But Deion probably knows. So he says, play my music.
Yeah.
Because he has the music, right? But I have no clue about his new music. So I just said, play the music.
Yeah. Well,
whatever you want to play, you play.
Well, they played it, and the guys came out here. Let's take a look at the second half again. Chattanooga getting the football to start the second half. Catamounts out in front, 21-7, and special teams does the job. And keeping it away from a pretty dangerous return man. I thought that was key all day long. Get the ball at the 25, and it's kind of playing into Chattanooga's hands. They didn't want to get caught inside the 20 perhaps with special teams, but again, back to the ground and pound. It wasn't really their MO. They want to be a balanced football team, but, man, they really were committed to that run.
They were. They always have been like that. Rusty does a really good job with their football team, and they are who they are. Don't take them out of what they want to do. But I thought, for them, they had really been good in the second half all year. They come back, had some comeback wins. So we knew they were going to be tough, and they were going to give us all they could, everything that we had. Everything they had here in the second half.
So, again, pushing the pile, moving things downfield, and, again, just methodical, I think is the word you talk about. You watch the clock on this drive as well, and just extending plays and not trying to do too much, and then a late hit there, Ken. Just overzealous.
It's hard. I mean, he's a big old kid, so he's trying to make sure he knocks him out. He don't know quite where he's at, and Ken's not going to do that on purpose.
Right, and I think it's just a matter of trying to get the guy down. He's still fighting for yardage, and continuing now to find those passing games as well downfield. And, again, really thought we spread the run. And again, when you can get the running game going east-west and not north-south, really helps you out.
Yeah, they converted, again, some third downs, and the quarterback was really good on third down, completing some balls, and then a really good touchdown pass right here for them. Gets them now within, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and Ken against the tight end, not going to win that battle too many times when they just post him up down there on that play. Ken's an outstanding player, but again, when you post up a tight end on him, sometimes that's definitely the mismatch that they're looking for. So now you're back in a ball game, 21-14, and we're staying in the press box here. All we got to do is be consistent. They're not going to kick it to Dom anymore, but got a pretty good return here to get you guys some pretty good field position as well. But again, offensive efficiency, consistency, and efficiency, I think the 2 words that you use the most.
Yeah, and, when Tiger's on, man, he is unbelievable. He was a little bit off the other day, and still he threw for 4 touchdown passes and 200-something yards. I mean, the kid is special. I thought this was a play, really hurt us on this possession. Great play by Tiger. And to find James, they called holding on us.
Backs us up, takes away another big gain. Well, you talk about Tiger, a very pedestrian 18 of 29 for 225 and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
There are quarterbacks out there that would take that.
They would take it every day.
Every day and twice on Sunday, and we're calling it pedestrian, or I'm calling it pedestrian. And, again, just the way to extend plays. And you've commented on his feet being able to make plays here. And
this hurt us there in the first series or 2. They called like 3 holdings. They hadn't called any holdings the whole game, and they decided to start calling. None on them.
Right.
I'm fine with the calling a couple on us, but by God, they hold too.
Yeah.
They holding our guys down.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was tough right here, man. We get barely short of the first down. James didn't do a good enough job to get past the first down on his catch. It's 4th and 1, and we just don't snap the ball. Had a bad snap, and now, You know, we don't convert, and it gives them a short field here after the penalty. I think they get the ball at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, basically they're going to get a spot foul with the.
Just a bad snap. We can't have that on a crucial situation. 4th down and 1.
Yeah, at that point you're almost thinking Tiger just throw the ball away, but then you get the crackback block, and then the throw here, trying to throw it to someone. Again, it was trying to get it out, but both the guys were offensive linemen, and so here's the blindside block they call on Zach. And again, just a couple of offensive linemen over there. Again, if Zach had just run through instead of hitting it, but they got a nice little block there that was trying to keep his quarterback up.
If he wouldn't have blocked him, he would have tackled our quarterbacks. I don't see how that's a blindside block. You know?
Right. I mean, that's
the kid's in play. He's got a chance to almost reach out and touch our quarterback. We got to block him.
Yeah. So either way, like you mentioned, they get the ball here right at midfield, and this is where things are getting interesting. You know, now they've come out, they've got their first salvo, they got the points on the board, they got the stop they were looking for.
Look at that, they got us for pass. Is there anybody around them? Nobody within 10 yards of that pass.
And then there's that little out route. Again, Chattanooga doing the little things that you love that they do, that they know how to do. And
this is the one time they gashed us up the middle. Our end didn't get inside, or our linebacker didn't play that exactly right, and we gave up a one big gash run. But other than that, I thought we did really good against the run. I think that's what helped us win the football game.
And here's another great play, and I think they're going to throw a flag on that. And
can't play that no better. I mean NFL guys can't play that route no better.
Yeah, I'm not sure that ball is even catchable, but nonetheless, they're going to get the ball inside the 10. And defense, again, making it. I love the way we had that next play mentality. Yep. And even here, blowing up a play. But
we hesitated. Everybody thought he was going to throw it and sort of hesitated, and then he – you know, J. Mike just didn't have quite the speed to get to him.
Well, we blew up the play first and foremost, and how about that guy getting an earful? I'm not sure.
Well, that's on the pass interference call he called to get him down there in the scoring position.
And I'm not really sure.
Ridiculous. You let us play, man. It's NFL. NFL guys can't play it no better than that.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to get a Christmas card this year, because that one played out. But Dom Dutton, again, another pretty good return, almost a tackle or two away, or an arm tackle away from breaking that one. And how about Tiger? This is where it looked like he put the team on his shoulders to start this drive, and then running the football. And you don't want to see him run it all the time, but as you mentioned the other day, to me, you like having it in Tiger's hands.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take it out of his hands, and he did get some good yards on some runs. Here's another just extending a play, and then Malik made a really good play here, getting north and south and getting us down inside around the 5-yard line.
A powerful run, and then of course coming back with Dutton, trying to get across the edge there. And again, inside the red zone, everything tightens up. But how about this throw back? Just out of reach, but how about the pass interference there?
So we got one finally. Yeah, there we go. Good. That's good. We got the pass interference, got us first and goal, so then we ran it. And
bully
Markel with really good job.
Yeah, called that bully ball. That's where your offensive line just bullies their way forward, and a good push there by the offensive line to get you in the end zone. So once again, now you're talking about it, and Chattanooga again going to let the Brantley kickoff go through the back of the end zone. And I love the way we're able to build walls with the guys up front, and then allow those speedsters to come in there, slice through, and make plays.
Yeah, we really gapped out. Like I said, I thought that's been a big part of our improvement on defense, is just against the run. The throw game's what's hurt us a lot, but we're getting better. We're getting so close with our DBs and making plays. And but in third down situations and the quarterback's running, but just pure run game, and that's going to be so important this week. I tell you what, that's one thing Mercer's really good at. They can run the football. They got a big back. And man, I know I'm talking about them, but this is hard doing this tonight, because all I'm thinking about is Mercer right now.
Yeah, well, again, looking at the way this has played out, you can take a lot of things from this game. How about Michael Rosson with a big catch there across the middle? Rosson comes up big on this drive. You seem like we have guys in spurts. You see Pat Boyd come out, have a big run, a couple of plays, then you come out and you saw James Tyre. He's on every drive, and then this drive turns into a lot with other guys stepping up. Rosson, you see there Josiah Thomas, getting multiple people involved. Again, 10 different guys caught passes. It makes it so difficult. You can't just hone in on one guy.
Well, when we get in a rhythm and you start seeing us, be able to get up there and go fast and get everybody involved, that's when we're at our best. And Tiger's so good at distributing the ball. He don't give up sacks. He makes sure we stay in positive situations. And when we do this, it's hard for us to be stopped.
And then keeping the play alive with his feet, again, rolling to his left, and then just streaking across. How about Rosson? I'm pretty sure he went from the entire right side of the field all the way across your formation, across the end zone to make that catch there.
And that's a hard catch, full speed, reach out one hand and bring it in. he's just going to be a special player. He already is. He does a tremendous job for us as a true freshman.
And a heck of a throw made
Look
by.
at this.
Yeah, they call a pass interference on a route that the
I think they
receiver
had an
stopped
offense
running.
and a defensive call, and they just settled on defense. But
Well,
anyway.
it should have been a no call. And then here's the play where
This
they
is the
ran
one,
two guys downfield.
We had 2 of these passes that was a pump and go. You know, we thought
Yeah.
it was a screen, and they ran by us. The other one, our corner just got off the wrong guy. But those 2 plays are really the only 2 big plays we gave up. We really, again, snap the ball, make them earn it.
Well, we talked about it. They're on scholarship too. They're going to
Yep.
make plays as well. So again, it's just one of those things that, hey,
2 scores, they get back within 1 right here. So this is still a ball game.
35-28 here. 7:40 to go. You think they might go onside kick, so they ended up changing it up and kicking it deep. So now you got to find a way to be efficient offensively. Little flip out of the backfield, and again, James Tyre just making plays for you.
Yeah, great call by Ryland to get us going on this series. This is the part I told you we responded with a touchdown. Now we come back and, really put together another good drive.
Yeah, good gashing run by Pat Boyd, who had a couple of them. He hasn't had that 142-yard rushing type of game that he had earlier in the year, but he's making plays for you. And then, again, Tiger rolling back in opposite side field.
We could have put him away with these 2 throws. He underthrew that one a little bit. And then he comes back and has, I think the next play we underthrow. That's tough. That's a good play by them, really.
And then here, Painter is going to be open
he
again.
He just pulls the trigger a little bit too much. If he'd let that out, that'd have been another touchdown. But he's so good at keeping his eyes down the field, creating space like this for the receivers.
And then you have a guy that runs right into your receiver without it. I'm not saying it's pass interference, but he definitely did make a play on the ball. The ball played him. And then Tiger right here. I thought this could have been a targeting hit.
Yeah.
I didn't get a great look at it from up top, but again,
it was 4th and 12, and I would have. The only reason is because Tiger, man. I believe that much in the kid. But if you punt it, in the end zone, you don't get it at 20.
Yeah.
I wound up getting it at 30. That's 10 yards.
Yeah, not much difference.
I'm gonna put it on Tiger most of those times to get us out of it.
And then their quarterback again making plays in the run game, and here it is, guts of the ball game. They're trying to basically run out the final end of this ball game to try to get the win. And had it on good authority. Had they scored on this drive, they were going to go for 2, and that's good pressure. And
great job.
Yeah, just not giving up on a screenplay that was a long developing screenplay. And again, we're right there on getting the sack. We're bringing him down in short game, but how close have we been multiple times on making plays here?
4th down. We just give up that. Again, we're 1 step away with our corners. Just got to tighten down our coverage a little bit. There's one of them pass interference calls. Thought we were in a great position there.
And then here, get back to the run game. And I thought we really made them one-dimensional by not letting them get the gashing runs here. And then another pass interference on this one where Hassan, a little hold, maybe a hold more than a pass interference.
I reckon if he looks back, it probably wouldn't be called.
He looked back late.
We're talking, earlier in the year, he was doing that, and he was getting some interceptions. He's got 3 interceptions. He's played really good for us as a first-year starter.
But here they are inside of really the last 67, 68 seconds, and they're trying to just run it in. And then here, how about the pressure you get up the middle? Good pressure. Anderson turns it back inside. Kenyon Partridge does a great job of chasing him down. And we've seen so many times that we've made plays on that with Tehran. Their quarterback couldn't make that throw. And how about Dabney? Might have baited him into throwing it. Let the guy get wide open like you used to do in the backyard. Let the guy get wide open and then go make the interception.
Yeah, KP, man, he just was he really got after the quarterback. I think he affected that right there. I think he hit his arm.
Yeah.
Which caused it to be a little short, and Dabney's right there. He had a dream that he, like you said, had 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. So he was close to doing that. But great. I told him I'll take 1. That's all we needed was that one pick.
And that allows you to go back into the victory formation and come away with the win there, 35-28. And, Coach, I know we talked about an emotional win for you after the ball game. We're just excited for the guys. They were thrilled to get the win. A lot of emotion went into that game because it was one of those that it meant a lot. The 4th win in a row, first time since the early 90s that we've beaten Chattanooga 4 times in a row. And doing it at their place is even tougher. They've been playing well. You go back and look at the last handful of games we've played against teams, they've come in riding winning streaks. We'll have the same coming in this weekend as Mercer has tied for the 5th longest winning streak in the nation at 7 straight games coming in. But talking to the guys after the game, just the emotion, tell us what you told the guys.
Well, them are my boys, man, and I don't like when people don't treat our kids the right way.
Right.
And they disrespect us. And, man, these kids work so hard. I know I watch and see how hard they work. And since January, and that group last year, to sit in that selection committee and not even be mentioned, and have another team that you went ahead of be mentioned as the first 4 out, and man, it was just hard. And I've lived with that for a whole year because I feel like they were my boys, and I don't want them to go through. I want them to be treated fairly. And we played our game. It was a little emotional game because we wanted it. We wanted to go prove who we are. And we want to, if people don't respect us, then we need to keep gaining respect around this conference. And this is another way to do it, is go win a game on the road against a really good football team. And, if people don't respect us and don't think we should go, even though we're second place by ourselves, then we need to play a little bit better and earn their respect a little bit more. And hopefully we have. Hopefully we'll continue to do that the rest of this year. And I know our kids are giving everything they've got. And it was good just to have, a lot of those kids that ain't on this team this year. That was their last year. So I think we redeemed a little bit of those guys and the guys that are on the team this year that were there last year. And, it's a new year. This is something that we're proud of what we've done so far now, and we bounced back. And we were down 0-3, no victories and 3 losses. And this team has put ourselves in a position now to go have a great game. And we'll talk about Mercer, but here at home, on homecoming, it's time our fans now stand up. Everybody's always complaining about everything about this team. This team has done its part. We got to go play our best, but we need you to be here because we're playing against a really good football team. We've got the advantage, guys. We are the best home field. There's not even close. I've been around this league 2 or 3 years, 4 years now. There's not even close, our home field, how you can make a difference. And our student body is so great. There's not even comparable in our conference and our band. So this is where we got to make sure these kids they've been through a lot. Some of them's been here 2 or 3 years, have been through a great deal, man, from a team that couldn't win a game when we first got here to, some tough losses to last year, the disappointment of sitting there on selection day on Sunday. And, man, we've bounced back this year and put ourselves in a position again. So, man, if you got a chance to come help us this Saturday, because this will take a big-time game from us to come out of here with a win.
Yeah, looking to everybody to wear a purple out on homecoming.
I got all purple on today.
He's ready to go. Coach came in. I think I've seen the most purple I've seen you wear all at one time in the 4+ years you've been here, Coach. But, again, we'll talk about the Mercer Bears. We'll get you ready for homecoming as we continue with more Catamount Football Weekly live from Catamount Jaxe, live on location, presented by Stanberry Insurance. We'll talk about the Bears homecoming. Come back with us right after this.
So, you gonna play this week?
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 You gonna play this
You
week?
gonna play this week? You gonna play this week?
You gonna play this week?
You gonna play this week? This week?
And welcome to the Ingalls Game of the Week as the Warhorses square off against the rival.
He's going in.
He's going in. Go, baby!
Ingalls. We're with you every step of the way.
Back live on location, Catamount Jaxe just across from the Western Carolina campus, the social house just behind us, axe throwing going on in the back. Make sure you stop by to see the folks here at Catamount Jaxe this weekend when you come into town for homecoming. Looking forward to a great week Again, the homecoming parade on Friday, a full week of activities. Go to homecoming.wcu.edu, get a full list of all the events going on throughout the week leading up. Of course, gets underway on Thursday night with Catamount women's basketball, their season opener against Virginia University of Lynchburg, and then they'll be back at home on Sunday to wrap up homecoming weekend with a big football game coming up on Saturday. Again, homecoming parade on Friday. Go ahead and make your plans to be in the Cullowhee Valley and make Catamount Jaxe part of those plans when you come back. In Social House, the axe throwing, just a great time had by all the exceptional staff that is here. Great place to come. Hope you'll make your way over and visit all the folks here at Catamount Jaxe. Again, Catamount Football Weekly brought to you each and every week by Stanberry Insurance. And, of course, we know the Stanberrys are going to be live and on location all weekend long. Again, Stanberry Insurance. Visit them online at stanberry-ins.com. Again, serving the Catamounts and serving the Southeast. Again, for over 40 years, Western Carolina supporters with Stanberry Insurance. Well, Coach, we talked about this coming in. You got the 2024 Coach of the Year. You talk about Mike Jacobs and the job that he has done from coming in from Lenore Rhine on into Mercer and a defending champion from last year. And how about a team, we mentioned us getting off to an 0-3 start. They technically got off to an 0-2 start. One game didn't count. They were still some time to play in that UC Davis game early on in the year. They ended up being a no contest. And then a loss to Presbyterian that at the time was probably the most eye-popping and head-scratching loss until all they've done is gone on to win, 7 of 8, I think, on the year for PC. But Mike Jacobs done an outstanding job with the Mercer Bears.
Yeah, he's a good football coach. I had the opportunity to go against him the first time when I was at Valdosta State. I had the better team then. We were number 1 ranked, and we played him in the Final Four, though, before the national championship game, and was able to come out of there with a win at Valdosta against him. But, you know, his team always plays hard. They're very, very well coached. And their big move, just like ours was, you know, for our quarterback to come back the 4th game, they made a change, I think, in game 2 or game 3 somewhere. And this freshman has really played well for them. He's been a big difference maker for them. Once they made that quarterback change, they really took off, and they're playing good football. You know, if you look at their last 2 years, is Sanford the only team to beat them? I think Sanford beat them. They turned it over a bunch. Sanford beat them. But they were 7-1 last year, and they're 6-0 this year. So you can say they've dominated our conference the last couple of years. Yeah. They're defending champions. They're defending the title. We're not defending anything. We're trying to go get one. So we should be aggressive. I think we will. And we got to play good, sound football and give it everything we got to go try to win this thing here at home in front of our crowd. And I think that's going to be a big advantage for us.
Well, let me throw some motivation out there for you.
Okay.
10 consecutive Southern Conference wins for the Mercer Bears. Talk about the job that they've done. 21st game coming in where they have had a number next to their name, where they've been nationally ranked. 9 consecutive wins over Western Carolina. And Kerwin Bell has yet to beat Mercer.
0-4.
You brought that up the other night.
Hey, I don't think I've ever been 0-4 against anybody. I don't think my sister ever beat me 4 times in a row.
So, again, just as if there was not enough motivation on the table already, there's some other things to throw out there. But, again, you think we might see some good passing in the game this weekend? It's only number 1 and number 2 in the country in passing offense. I do asterisk their number. They're in front of us now in passing yards, but they still haven't played their FBS game. So I put a little asterisk next to it. But even then, the way they're playing, they still might go out there and put up 500 yards through the air the way they've been playing so well.
The offense is looking exactly like almost. They've really, I think with the quarterback, as good as he can throw it, they've sort of moved in that direction to be more of a pass-type offense. But I tell you, their key now, we got to stop the run. That's their key. Number 22 is a big, powerful back, and we got to find a way like we did last week. I think that's what helped us win that game was we really slowed down their run game, and that's still be big and really important for us against Mercer.
Well, you're seeing some highlights here of their win over VMI, a record-setting day. I mean, they're talking our game against Furman last year. They had that kind of game against VMI this year, and that's kind of a coming-out party, and it was really the kind of put their quarterback on the national map. But then again, defensively, they're pretty doggone as good as well. You talk about Andrew Zock, preseason All-American defensive lineman. Again, you talk about a football team that might be solid in all 3 phases from top to bottom. I think you look at the dictionary, and it's going to show the Mercer Bears right now.
Yeah, they were very balanced all throughout their team. Their defense, you know, they had when we first got here, man, they had really built. I thought they were on their upward trend to where they're at now, but they had started with a really tough defense. I remember our first couple years. You remember we went down there and got whooped?
Well,
pretty good.
In the first
that was
half.
about 3 years ago.
It was in the first half. I'm pretty sure it was a 42-0 or 42-7 at halftime.
It was bad, I know that. But, the last 2 years, man, I thought we had just as good a team, even though they were really good on defense. Had some turnovers early, though, got behind, but it was only a 7-point game. We were about come back and was able to pull that out. And then last year, look, we were up 24-7. And, and then had a bad call. I mean, had the referee said it was a bad call. It shouldn't have been a call at all, which would have put us up with 4 minutes to go. They took that touchdown away from us on a bad call. And so, we're getting there. They've been the mark, other than I think Furman back in that 23, wasn't it, when they had all those seniors. They're a really good football program, but I think the last 2 or 3 days, this has been the benchmark, and I think we've been trying to get there. And it's going to take a great effort by us, but I think every year you can see we've moved a little bit closer, and I think we're where we need to be, especially with our home field and the advantage we're going to have here.
When you played in Florida, did you ever play Ohio State in your career?
No, never played.
You never got to play Ohio State? Because that's what we got this weekend.
Is that right?
Yeah, Coach Jacobs, the Ohio State graduate.
That's right.
Against a Florida grad.
Yep.
We got SEC, we got Big Ten, 2 premier
I know
programs.
I know him. He's like me. We ain't don't play many downs ourselves. We might stand over on the sideline, but we're not neither one in good enough shape to go play. I might play one play.
I will say this, though. He's dropped about 80 pounds.
He has.
He's done a great job.
Really
I need to figure out what plan he's on.
I know.
And I think it's on the Win a SoCon Championship, and then things come a little easier plan. The stress level goes down a little bit, but looking forward to that. And you talk about just an outstanding top to bottom. How about this, another number for you? You talk about wanting to be balanced, and Kyle Kessler wanted me to ask the question here. Kyle, a former Catamount himself from down in Florida, dropping us a note, lives down in Orlando area. Wanted to know, your opinion on being balanced. We obviously know we want to be balanced, but we want to take away their run, which we've talked about, to make them one-dimensional, even though their passing game is among the best. They are holding teams to under 100 yards rushing, 78 yards rushing, 4th in the country in terms of rush defense. A little more motivation for those big hogs up front to open up the holes, and that stable of running backs to come out and try to get something going. And then again, I also count some of the short passing game as rushing yards at times, even though it doesn't go in the books the same way, but a little extra motivation knowing that top 5 in the country in rush defense.
Yeah, they're good. I don't look at yardage necessarily. I look at we're balanced when we can go out there as a coaching staff against a really good defense like this, and whatever they're giving us, we feel comfortable doing the opposite. If they're playing, 7 guys in the box, loading the box, and by God, we're going to be so highly efficient throwing the football, it's going to kill you. You start trying to take away that, then we're good enough in the run game. That's where we want to be, great enough in the run game, where we start gashing you in the run game. If you have those 2 things, and no matter if you're backed up at the 1-yard line, I tell my team, I don't care if we're backed up at the 1-yard line. If they give us the throw, we're going to throw it. We feel that comfortable doing that. If they're going to give us the run, we feel comfortable now. We're starting to really see those rushing yards come up. I think a lot of us, because people really respect Tiger, we have been so efficient with him playing quarterback that we can really threaten the field, which creates running lanes, creates less people in the box, right?
Yeah.
A lot of box. And anytime you get that, now you got to gash people in the run game, and I think that's why we've got better and better as the seasons went on.
We talk just about every week about pressure and being pressured, not so much the size of the game. And that's another question we had about how do you handle the size of the moment. Mercer's been in some of these moments the last handful of years. We have guys that maybe not have been in the same type of pressure type of situation in a big time of game, even though our guys relish the moment, want to play in those big games. But pressure in that way, but also pressure offense, defensive line. That's going to be key.
Well, the pressure is go have the best week you can have in the country. Be the most prepared football team. We talk about it all the time. This week, be the most prepared football team in the country Tuesday through Thursday. And we preach that all the time. If you do that, man, you're first of all, you're very comfortable with the game plan. You understand what you got to do to help make a difference. Now you can go play and just have fun on Saturday, man. When that ball tees off at 2:30, you ought to be in such a great mind and have so much confidence in what we're going to go do as a football team that you as an individual can go play and have fun, man. This is one of those games very seldom. I talked to our team the other day. How many of y'all have been, since 5 years old, been in those pads? How many times has your mom drove you to practice? How many times did you not eat, or maybe because you are too fat, or you're overweight, so you don't eat, or you're skinny and you have to eat. How many times did you do that to get where you're at today? So there's been a lot of sacrifice, not only with their families, with them as individuals, and this is our opportunity, man. And when opportunity, you have preparation meets opportunity, you're a lucky guy. And we want to be lucky on Saturday because we're going to be prepared for this opportunity. And when you have these opportunities, it's, like I say, you prepare yourself, there's no pressure at all. You just go play and enjoy yourself and go play the best football you can play. And I think if we do that with us being at home, we got a chance to come out of here with a win.
You got to understand they're going to prepare the exact same way, the way they've done each and every week, and they've been the team at the top of the mountain. They've been that team that has gotten off the mat from really 2 losses beginning of the year, at least 1 maybe 1.5. And again, they were still battling. I think they had the football with about 7.5 minutes to go in that game against UC Davis, and a very good football team that's coming up the mountain. All right, Coach, as we wrap things up, let's talk about health. We hope to get some guys back. You know, we saw Hayward McQueen dress. Did not go in that ball game. Look to get Aaron Sanchez back along the offensive line. I talked to him earlier today. He's here on location with us, and he said, I'm ready to go. Get him back. You got Brett Gray back, who didn't get much playing time last week, but another week to get ready to go. You saw Branson Adams come back. We saw Jalen Trozado into the game for the first time. Ja Boyd. Looking at it, Sean Morris went out a little bit that last game, but coming in, looks like with our athletic training staff, that we're about 100% on the roster.
Yeah, Sean should be back. He played some and went out, so he didn't get it any worse, and he feels really good going into this week. And like you say, Hayward's a big, I thought Ryan McGinnis, man. We got him from App State, was a recruit out of high school from Atlanta. Went to App State, and we got him in the portal, man. He's a great kid, great family. His dad, I don't know, was a catcher in the major leagues for the Padres for about 6 or 7 years. Really athletic family. And, man, he came in, had 2 sacks in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So he's playing Hayward's position. So I really think Hayward's going to get back now, and that's going to give us just a great leader, man, a guy who makes a lot of plays. And now him and Ryan can sort of sub right there, and just give us even better performance. And then Jordan Thompson is just a great linebacker, man. He's the leader of our football team. Him and Hayward's both been great players for us. So I think we're trending in the right direction defensively, and I feel like, getting these guys back is going to help us. I know Jai's going to help us really on the outside with his speed. He hadn't played all year for us. You've seen Terzado got in and made a couple of crucial big catches for us. So as we get these guys back, I think it's just going to make us better and better, and it will still take that, man. This is a really good football team coming to town. Let's make no excuses for this. This is going to be an all-out war. And you want to see 2 good football teams, man, come and make a difference. Make a difference. We're all purple. And I know our student sections, they'll pack the place, man. They don't be going crazy. There's going to be so much energy in that stadium. And it's going to help us, go win a football game and give us a chance to be very successure.
And want it for 4 quarters. We're asking the guys to stay
don't
for
you
4
leave.
quarters.
It's going to be a 4-quarter game. So you make sure you hydrate. And make sure you're ready to go for 4 quarters. We can't have nobody getting out of there. I better not see nobody leaving. I'm going to call you out.
All right, Coach, we're going to wrap this up one more time.
We got to have you, man.
Yeah.
We got to have you. Come to the game, okay?
Well, I was going to have you look right at that camera and tell them right there, and then you're going to speak to everybody at home. Catamount Nation, I'm talking alumni. We're talking Catamount Club. We're talking students. We're talking everybody. It's a great alumni weekend. We got a baseball alum weekend going on this week. Homecoming. It's just so many great things. It's kind of like the perfect storm building up.
Ain't it? Yep.
And if you're looking at it, if I'm sitting in Macon, Georgia right now going, I got to go there anyway. It's always a tough place to play. Now they're playing well. Now they're on a winning streak. Now they got even more to play for. That's going to be a raucous atmosphere. I'm not sure that Coach Jacobs, his first year, this will be his first trip up the mountain. I'm not sure that maybe we should have Coach Hatcher call him and give him a word on how things are in Cullowhee. But talk to the fans here as we wrap things up, and talk to the folks here at Catamount Jaxe. So everybody watching between YouTube and Facebook, again, this is what it all comes down to. This is what it's all about here this weekend. 2 more home games, but none bigger than this weekend.
Well, game day experience, there's nothing close. Coach Jacobs, like you said, hadn't been here. He's going to see really college football, the atmosphere, the intensity, the way our fans and our student body and our band gets involved. They got a freshman center and a freshman quarterback. I want them to know they're in a college football game.
Yep.
I want them to feel that energy. I want them to feel that excitement from our crowd. And that's going to be a big key for our football team. So I need you, man. You're going to make all the difference in the world. Got a lot of students back here, man. They ready to go.
Yep.
They don't get all the students for us the whole day. It's right across campus, man. Come out there and just yell your heart out, and then go enjoy the rest of the evening because we don't win this thing.
Yeah, loud, proud, respectful. We do want it to be respectful. We want people to understand that they are in an atmosphere, but cheering for the Catamounts and just making it loud. That's what we're looking for. We know the pride of the mountains. We know the cheerleaders, the dance team. Everybody's going to be out and in full effect. Homecoming weekend. Get your tickets now. Don't wait. Get them now. Get your tickets. Get your parking. I know we're already sold out of parking over at the H.F. Robinson Administration Building. So get your tickets. Get your parking. Get it before they run out, because I anticipate, again, 14,000 fans in attendance. I anticipate we're going to have 15, 16. We're going to push the envelope here. We're going to blow the top off.
You better get your tickets now, man. Go get them.
Find a way.
Go get them.
Let's get it going. It's Western Carolina. It's the Mercer Bears. The folks here at Catamount Jaxe are ready to go. Hope you are as well. Get your tickets online at catamountsports.com. Coach will get you. If you don't, we're going to send them to your house. And you don't want to see Kerwin Bell show up. Even worse, we'll send Causette. Causette will come get you.
Yeah.
That could be scary. We'll send Causette to get you right there.
Lord, you don't want that to happen.
All right. For the coach and all the folks here.
I had to put up. Listen, we won the game the other day, and I've been having to put up for 2 days about why we didn't do good.
Hey, well, that's
we should have won by 2 or 3 touchdowns to her.
Yeah. Well, hey,
so,
she ain't wrong. She ain't wrong, right?
Well, that's true.
So either way you look at it, looking forward to it. A big week. Women's basketball on Thursday and Sunday. Make sure you come out and support Jonathan Sippis and his squad. Get you ready for the parade on Friday. Get you ready for Catamount football. It's Western Carolina. It's the Mercer Bears. It's homecoming and a Southern Conference championship potential on the line here in Catamount country. Get your tickets online at catamountsports.com. For the coach and our entire crew, Daniel Hooker saying so long for now.